Okay, so the beef curry I'm making today is slightly different because I'm going to be using a key ingredient that will completely change the undertone or the notes of this beef curry. I'm using curry powder, and I'm also going to be using some potatoes, tomatoes, carrots, garlic, ginger, some green chilies. This is a fusion between a Japanese katsu beef curry and something that I would like to come up with, and I shall be serving this with brown rice. I would really like you to stay with me today on If Night Can Cook and see if you like this curry, and I would really like you to make it at home yourselves. These are medallions in the sense that it was a long piece and I cut it against the grain, and I cut it into about like 3/4 of an inch thick. Now this is going to go into this beautiful pot of mine which has just oil in it. Basically I'm browning the beef, and we all know that undercut cooks very fast. This is a Dutch oven I'm using. You can use any heavy base pot. While that browns, I want to flavor the oil. So here I have maybe 1 bay leaf. I'm going to add that in. And there's very little cinnamon, maybe a small piece, add that in. I have only 3 cloves and 2 ilaichis, cardamom. Now I'm going to season this with salt and pepper. Okay, now I'm going to be adding a teaspoon of curry powder. That's what it looks like. Half a teaspoon each of Kashmiri lal mirch and 5 spice powder, all available in the market, and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder and sugar. Please do not confuse curry powder for salad masala. They're two different things. The girl at the counter had told me, "आप salad masala ले ले वो curry powder और वो एक ही चीज़ है." लेकिन this curry powder is actually the English version. The British have come up with their own curry powder, which is amazing, but it's nothing like salad masala. So there's a difference, and if anybody tries to sell you salad powder that you get from National Shan in place of curry powder, you know you're not to buy. And I'd soaked about 2 cups of brown rice in water for at least an hour and a half. I actually even added some warm water to it. Normally I don't do that. Anyway, so I'm cooking this in salted water. Brown rice takes longer to cook, so you need to soak it for at least 3 hours. So when you're boiling it, then some parts of the rice are not hard and some soft. I don't know if you've experienced that, but I have. Thus, I put this in a little bit of hot water. Coming back to the beef, I just want to let you know that I need to bhuno this very well. I have to saute it so that all the masala that I put in goes inside the beef, and in case there is any smell, although there never will be, that also goes, the kacha taste will be gone once I bhuno. So I'm going to be adding the ginger and garlic first, and after that I shall be adding all these vegetables that are here: carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, onions, green chilies. This is for the end, this is for later. That's just spring onions and coriander and maybe a little bit of green chilies later. 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1.5 tablespoon of garlic. Waiting for the water to evaporate so that this sautés with the beef. Okay, and this is what it means when people explain to you in cookbooks and recipes that let the oil rise to the surface. So this is what it means. The oil is rising to the surface. That means the water has evaporated and this is sautéed well. And the best part, adding everything together. Okay, stir this well, saute this well, bhuno this well. Funny story about this: at first had this at a Japanese girl's house in Lahore. She's married to a Pakistani gentleman, and I'd asked her, "What is this curry that you're making? It's delicious." And she said, "Oh, it's a secret recipe. I can't give it to you." And I never quite forgot that, because I believe sharing is caring. I'm not judging her. That's fine. To each their own. But obviously, thanks to Google and the internet, anything can be found out. So never worry about something like that. If you want a recipe, ask me. If I don't have it, I'll direct you to Mr. Google. Okay. Alright, so I have really sauteed this well. It's starting to stick to the bottom of the pot, so I'm going to be adding boiling hot water to this. Okay, it's a lovely, delightful color, and I just tasted the stock. It's really good. Now imagine if there were bones in this, how much nicer that would be. So this is looking like aloo gosh. Don't worry about it. The delightful color comes from Kashmiri lal mirch and the curry powder that I have used. I'm going to cover and cook this on medium fire till everything kind of comes together, in the sense that the potatoes and carrots are done. This is what the brown rice looks like. It's curled up, and I just wanted to show you that this is what it should cook like. Can you see that? It's not hard, it's not soft, but this is it. This is ready. It's a healthy option. Just checking on this. It cooks fast. Kind of done, but I want it to be done a little more. Okay, this is pretty much done. I'm just waiting for this liquid to thicken a bit. That'll happen when it evaporates, because there's a lot of tomatoes and onions in here. So this is nearly ready. I'm going to garnish this with spring onions, green chilies and coriander. I will show you a bowl of what it should look like when it's done. This is really delicious. It's a very hearty, healthy Japanese katsu curry with beef.